Good morning. Not good enough. Good morning. On this beautiful day in May, as we prepare to honor the Glenville State College class of 2019, I ask you to take a moment to silence your cell phones. Babies and toddlers, of course, are exempted from any call for quiet. Thank you. And now I ask you to stand for the processional.
Good morning, class of 2019, families, friends, and guests. I ask you to remain standing as we join the Glenville State College Chamber Singers as they lead us in our national anthem. I ask men to remove your caps.
Whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free, and the home of the brave, home of the brave.
You may be seated. Our music this morning is provided by the Glenville State Concert Band, directed by Professor Lloyd Bone, and chamber singers, directed by Adjunct Professor Seth Stemple. Please join me in expressing appreciation to these talented musicians and their directors. As Chief Faculty Marshal, I am pleased to convene Glenville State College's 145th Spring Commencement. I especially welcome the class of 2019. Those on stage and in the audience have come today to celebrate an achievement that took time, stamina, staunch dedication, and deliberate resourcefulness. We all congratulate you. I am pleased now to introduce the Associate Vice President for Academic Affairs at Glenville State College, Dr. Gary Morris.
Good morning. I greet each of you on this momentous occasion, the 2019 Spring Commencement of Glenville State College. As you entered today, you saw the bronze pioneer sculpture, gazing beyond, imagining the possibilities. You, members of the class of 2019, are like that pioneer. You too are now gazing beyond and imagining the possibilities. At Glenville State College, you decided and selected the tools to take that pioneering journey. You chose a field of study that you thought would equip you for the journey ahead. Today, we celebrate you completing that final preparation for your journey. Becoming real pioneers is what this college is about, preparing you to make contributions in nearby or far-flung communities, the state, and the nation. As real pioneers, you're also marking and paving pathways to higher education for generations to come. I'm honored to introduce members of the Platform Party. I invite them to stand when their names are called and to remain standing. Please hold your applause until all have been introduced. Members of the Board of Governors, Mr. Gregory Smith, Chair. Mr. Tim Butcher, Vice Chair. Dr. Bill Deal, Mr. Steve Gandy, Mr. Ralph Holder. Faculty Representative and Chief Faculty Marshal, Dr. Kevin Evans. Secretary of State, Andrew Mack Warner, today's speaker and honorary degree recipient. Faculty Emeriti honorees, Professors Paul Peck, James Rick Whitty. Alumni Association immediate past president, Mr. Dennis Carpenter. Members of the Glenville State College administration, faculty, and staff. Vice President for Business, Finance, and Operations, Mr. John Beckfold. Vice President for College Advancement, Mr. David Hutchison. Vice President for Enrollment, Mr. Marty Carver. Director of Athletics, Mr. Jesse Skiles. Professor of Communications and today's reader, Professor Dennis Wem. President of Faculty Senate, Professor Tim Henline. President of Staff Council, Ms. Rachel Adams. Student Marshals, Mr. Mrs. Faith Woods, and Mr. Colton Ring. Department Chairs, Dr. Marisha Lucia, Sarah Sawyer, Jeff Hunter, Matthew Thiel, and Mrs. Cheryl McKinney. Please join me in showing appreciation for these individuals' contributions and commitment to Glenville State College. We would also like to thank our sign language interpreter for today, Bethany Leahy Gibson, and welcome our special guest, the Mayor of Glenville, Dennis Fitzpatrick. You may be seated. Graduates, today we observe a landmark achievement, the completion of a college degree. Your experience at Glenville State College, the ones you recall with enjoyment and one or two you may want to forget, these are memories you will keep for a lifetime. Each of you has become a lifetime member of the Glenville State College family. You will be missed, and I hope you will visit us often and stay engaged. Many people have contributed to your success. Your families and friends have supported you in your educational quests. I ask the mothers, fathers, spouses, sons, daughters, family members, and friends of our graduates to stand. Thank you for supporting these graduates and their achievement, and thank you for joining us at this important ceremony. You may be seated. Thank you. The Glenville State College faculty has offered knowledge and experience to you in anticipation of this day. Their teaching and commitment has guided your intellectual and personal development. I ask the Glenville State College faculty to stand and accept our thanks for their commitment to the education and the success of our students. Please stand. You may be seated. I'm pleased to invite Vice President John Beckfold to the podium.
Good morning, everyone, and I'm delighted to see what a large attendance we have today. This is the largest that I think we've seen in many years, and I appreciate all the support given to these graduates. I am proud today to announce our keynote speaker, the Honorable Andrew Mack Warner, West Virginia's 30th Secretary of State. Secretary Warner is retired from the United States Army, is a graduate of the United States Military Academy at West Point, a graduate of West Virginia University School of Law, and has a Master of Law degrees from the University of Virginia Law School and the Army's Judge Advocate General School. During his career in the U.S. Army, Secretary Warner served on 4 continents, deploying to many military hotspots around the world. He has held a variety of leadership and teaching positions, culminating as the Chief of International Law for the U.S. Army Europe in Heidelberg, Germany. He has also served on the staff of the U.S. Army War College. After retirement from the Army, Secretary Warner served for 5 years as a contractor for the U.S. State Department in Afghanistan. There, he served as chief of the Organizational Capacity Building section of the world's largest rule of law program. He led over 100 Afghan lawyers, translators, and administrative personnel, along with a team of international subject matter experts, in advising the Afghan Supreme Court, the Attorney General's Office, their Ministry of Justice, and the Ministry of Women's Affairs. Secretary Warner took his oath of office on January 16, 2017. He and his wife, Debbie, who is also here today, have been married for 35 years and have 4 children. I met Senator Warner several months ago and then renewed acquaintances last evening, and I believe he will be a fine presenter today, and I look forward to his remarks. I am pleased to present Secretary of the State, Mac Warner.
Launching an F-18 aircraft from an aircraft carrier is known as the most difficult, dangerous job in the world. It's called the most dangerous job in the world because there's so many different ways you can get killed. You can get sucked into an engine, you can get blown off the deck from the prop blast, you can get killed in an explosion of a plane taking off or landing, a cable, the catapult moving at 170 miles an hour. There are just a lot of different ways and a lot of moving parts on an aircraft carrier. That's why everybody on the aircraft carrier deck has a particularly colored shirt. You've got the grapes, those are the guys in purple. They push the fuel in at high pressured, high volatile fuel into the jet engines, or the tanks. You've got the greens, those are the catapult guys that actually pull the trigger and launch the jet. You've got blue, the administration, you have the white, the safety officers, and on and on. But the one that's known as the shooter wears a yellow vest. He's the one who stands out at the pilot's 90-degree angle, and he has to keep the pilot's attention focused on him to know when the deck is cleared, ready to launch. And that's why they do a funky dance. They do it, it's kind of quirky, people kind of laugh at it sometimes, but it's a way of holding that pilot's attention because he's strapped into a weapon that's ready to go to battle. And you have to have his undivided attention to know when it's ready to launch, when the deck is cleared. And that's why they do that little dance. But it comes from a sense of pride knowing that they've done their job right. They're like the maestro, the orchestra conductor. You see that ballet of steel and armaments, weapons and gas and speed, all has to be synchronized at the right moment at the right time to launch that aircraft for it to go out safely. And when that aircraft takes off, it has a mission to do and put steel on target. Well, folks, I had the chance last night to talk to the students and some of the faculty, and I talked to the faculty a little bit about the pride that they should have and what they've done to prepare this graduating class for launch. They've built that foundation. They've not told them what to think, they've taught them how to think, because this is a strange and dangerous world that they're heading into. I've talked to the students and talked to them about some of the challenges they would face, that they need to find something that they can do with all their heart. Put their passion into it, because when you're working with passion, it's not work at all. You look forward to getting up every day and addressing whatever your career has in front of you. But at the same time, you see the passion, that's like the sails on a ship. They get full, but man, if you're going in the wrong direction, you don't want those sails full. You want to point it in the right direction. That's why you have a rudder on a ship. The rudder is what steers that ship. You need to balance that passion with reason. So when plan A doesn't work, you can go to plan B and still survive in this world. So I had that chance last night to talk to them, but today I want to talk specifically to the parents. Because the hardest day of my adult life was back in November of 2009, when I launched my child, my oldest son, Stephen. He was going to war in Afghanistan. It was difficult to watch Stephen walk up our driveway, getting into a car, not knowing whether I would ever see him again. And I sat there and I thought, did we do it right? Did we do everything we possibly could to prepare him for this moment? And it went back through Boy Scouts, and did I teach him how to use a knife and fire a weapon, and got him onto football teams where he learned teamwork and leadership. Thought, did we get him to church? Is he full with faith? Does he have that foundation? And then he shut the door and off he drove. Man, it's tough. It's tough. But then as he drove off, you have that sense of pride. He's doing what he wanted to do, his passion. My wife Debbie and I only found out after school that he only applied to one school. He didn't want to go anywhere else. His heart was set on West Point. He wanted to be an officer in the United States military. So there was that sense of pride that he was prepared, he was ready to do what he was setting out to do. You may not be sending your sons and daughters off to battle, but we're all launching this class of 2019 today. And I want to share just two more personal experiences with you on what that means, the parents, because I don't think the students, you've been active, you've had sports, you've had academics, you've had friends, boyfriends and girlfriends. You've known what you've been doing. And see, that's the way I was, a bit selfish out there on the various deployments around the world, worried about myself or my kids, and I wasn't thinking about my wife back home. And it was only a year or so ago that I overheard her talking to a couple of her friends, talking about there were times that she did not come home from work until 10 o'clock at night. And they asked, why is that? She said, well, the casualty affairs officers only serve notice of that tragic death notices between the hours of 6 in the morning and 10 at night. So she would wait till after 10, fearing that there would be a sedan parked outside our house with bad news about a husband or a child. That's tough stuff. You don't think about that, but that's what's going on back home. The other is my daughter, 82nd Airborne, her husband's in Special Forces. We had 4 Special Forces officers or soldiers killed recently over in Nigeria. When those sedans came rolling through the neighborhoods, there were many young wives hoping that those sedans would keep on rolling past their house. That's tough stuff. That's a tough way to live your life. And I mention that only as a way to get your attention as students. Think about what your parents have done, what your family has done back home, worried, wondering what you're up to. Are you eating right? Are you exercising? Are you getting your studies done? That's what's going on back home. So at this point, I know we already recognize the parents, but this time I'd like to ask the students to please stand, look at your parents, and give them a round of applause for their support through all these years. So I'm envious of you guys. Man, the life that you are ready to head into. Real quickly, think of the revolutions that have gone on over the years. You've had, first the hunter and gatherer phase of life, then there was the agrarian society, then the industrial revolution back in the 1800s. You all are living the next change, and that is the big data, the computer, the connected world. You see what happened just less than 10 years ago with Bluetooth. Everything is connected to everything else. The phones you've got, the watches you wear, the HVAC, your toasters, your refrigerators, your cars, everything's connected. That's never happened before. You see, the first communication, was the voice. Then there was the papyrus. And then up until the 1850s or so, the fastest that you could move the word was on horseback, 22 miles an hour. And then the telegraph came. and you could start sending the word by breaking a circuit in an electrical circuit. Then there came the telephone. Then there came the radio. You see, the telephone was a narrowcast. The radio was a broadcast. You could hit a number of people at one time. Then in the 1930s, you had the television set. You could start conveying visual images across a wide area. 1958, you had Sputnik. You could communicate word across the globe. 70s, you had the computer system. In the 90s, you had the internet. 2000, you had the World Wide Web. And now that interconnected world that I'm talking about, where everything... See, it's a fascinating world. If you're in the healthcare, you can put something on your wrist and it can tell you your blood pressure, your diabetes, your blood count, that sort of thing. Check your sugar, all that sort of thing. And even you could put in pacers and you work from that, from miles away, across the globe. We're talking robotic surgery on the battlefield, those sorts of things. It's a fascinating world. But put a hacker in the middle of that and you start shocking people. You start taking control of cars that should not be taken over. It's a terrible world at the same time, this technology that you guys are moving your world into. That's why I'm a bit envious as to where you're going to take it. Is it going to be for good or is it going to be for bad? I live in the elections world. You hear about the Russian hacking. It's very real. We're having to deal with it every day. So it's a fascinating world that we're about to launch you into, and I am envious of what you guys have in front of you, and I look forward to seeing what this staff and faculty, this administration has done to prepare you for the challenges in the world ahead. So wearing this yellow vest, I'm going to do one final check with our 50-year graduates, with our staff and faculty, with our administration, with our parents, families, and friends. I think everybody's in agreement here.
Thank you, Secretary Warner. The highest academic recognition that Glenville State College confers is the Honorary Doctorate. An honorary degree is one of higher education's most significant accolades. The degree serves the dual purpose of recognizing extraordinary individuals and inspiring graduating students. It is awarded to distinguished individuals who merit special recognition for genuine achievement and distinction compatible with the mission of the college. Board Chair Smith, I am pleased and privileged to present the candidate of honorary degree, Doctor of Public Service, to West Virginia Secretary of State, Mr. Andrew Mack Warner. I invite Board Chair Greg Smith and Board Vice Chair Tim Butcher to escort Secretary Warner forward.
Associate Vice President Morris, I concur with your recommendation and approve the award to Secretary Warner for his unselfish deeds to serve his community, state, and country, his leadership in promoting the importance of voter registration to the citizens of West Virginia, and his commitment to recognizing students as honorary Secretary of State designees who have an interest in state government and a love for the civic engagement. Glenville State College proudly presents Secretary Andrew Mack Warner for the honorary degree, Doctor of Public Service.
By the authority vested in me by the Board of Governors of Glenville State College and acting on behalf of the people of the state through the state legislature of West Virginia, I confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Public Service. Congratulations, Secretary Warner.
This year, by recommendation of the faculty, the board has acted to award emeritus standing to highly regarded retiring faculty. Emeritus standing acknowledges the value of an accumulated record of teaching, scholarship, and community service and leadership with the college. This year, we honor two distinguished members of our community whose contributions to Glenville State College are noted in the program. I ask Chair Smith and Chief Faculty Marshal Evans to escort Professor of Mathematics Paul Peck forward. Professor Peck, with this recognition, we honor your dedication to superb teaching and caring concern for our students. You have distinguished yourself as a leader through your service on a number of committees and boards and serving as advisor for students in various organizations. You have been an excellent representative for Glenville State College and the Department of Science and Mathematics. Professor Peck, thank you for your outstanding service to Glenville State College and its students. Congratulations, Professor Emeritus Peck. I ask Assistant Professor of Land Surveying, James Rick Whitty, to come forward. Professor Whitty, with this recognition, we honor your dedication to teaching and positive contributions to the lives of many students and colleagues. You have distinguished yourself as a leader through your presentations in state, regional, and national conferences. You have been an excellent representative for Glenville State College and the Department of Land Resources. Professor Whitty, thank you for your outstanding service to Glenville State College and its students. Congratulations, Professor Emeritus Whitty. The Student Leadership Award is being presented to a student who is graduating with a Bachelor of Science degree in criminal justice. A professor said this student's selfless action and regard for human life reflect the highest ideals of the criminal justice profession. This student saved a life while interning with the Burnsville Police Department. In March, the department received a call for an unconscious subject on Circle Drive near the Mike and Ike's Plaza in Burnsville, West Virginia. The police chief and student were nearby and were the first on the scene. Upon arrival, the student, who had recently acquired his CPR certification, was the first to assess the victim and noted no pulse or respiration. The student applied chest compressions for several minutes, reviving the victim's heart, but the victim remained unconscious. EMS arrived moments later and applied Narcan, fully reviving the victim. The student's actions in this incident reflect the high level of integrity and character we strive to instill in our students. I am proud to present the 2019 Student Leadership Award to Jacob Bullard. Mr. Bullard, please come forward. Congratulations, Jacob. Glenville State College students connect with the college upon enrollment. The connection is strengthened as they move through the curriculum and secured upon graduation. Our graduates will always be connected to Glenville State College. To recognize a lifelong relationship and to celebrate our alumni's achievement, the class of 1969 joins us today. Glenville State College and the world was a little different 50 years ago when they received their degrees. The class of 1969 will recall D. Bank Wilbur was president at Glenville State College. Gas was 35 cents a gallon. Richard Nixon became president of the United States. Public Broadcasting Services was established. Neil Armstrong and Edwin Buzz Aldrin became the first humans to set foot on the moon. Tie-dye shirts and bell-bottom jeans became part of the teenage fashion scene. Popular films like The Love Bug, Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, and Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. Popular musicians included the Rolling Stones, Honky Tonk Woman Mick Jagger, Rolling Johnny Cash, Daddy Sang Bass, and Creedence Clearwater Revival Proud Mary. And the first ATM was installed in the United States. The people we honor today have remained loyal to this college. They support us with gifts and service. Today we present each of them with a medallion signifying their fidelity to Glenville State College then, now, and in the future. I invite the members of the class of 1969 to come forward to receive their medallions.
Jean Ellison Adams. John R. Brannon. Diana Fankhauser Brown. R. Terry Butcher. Ruth Cosner Cooper. D. Alan Donaldson. Ann Gerstner. Carolyn Smith O'Neill. Gary R. Ramsey.
Now, we arrive at the highlight and the reason for this ceremony. The Office of Academic Affairs is responsible for the academic quality of the programs and courses at Glenville State College. Associate Vice President Morris will present the candidates for their associate's and bachelor's degrees.
I ask the candidates to stand. That's you? Chair Smith, members of the Board of Governors, faculty and guests, I'm privileged to present to you the Glenville State College graduates of 2019 and to certify that they have completed all requirements for their respective degrees, which are listed in the program. In addition, some of the graduates have achieved their degree with honors, the highest academic recognition awarded by the college. Honor awards come in 3 categories: summa cum laude, magna cum laude, and cum laude. The criteria for these honors are listed in your programs, and today's graduates are wearing gold honor cords to signify this distinct academic achievement.
Here comes the best part. With recommendation of the faculty in the Office of Academic Affairs and by the authority vested in me by the Board of Governors and the state of West Virginia, Glenville State College confers on you the degree for which you have been recommended, which entitles you to all the rights, privileges appertaining thereto. You may be seated.
To signify your new standing as alumni of Glenville State College, I ask Alumni Association immediate past president, Dennis Carpenter, to move to the alumni table. I invite Board Chair Greg Smith and Board Vice Chair Tim Butcher to join me in congratulating the graduating students. I also invite the respective department chairs to approach the diploma presentation area as graduates and their departments are called. Student marshals, I ask you to bring the graduates to the platform to receive their diploma.
From the Department of Business, Tyler Douglas Canterbury. Luke Dalton Carpenter. Daniel Trevor Crawford, cum laude. Sarah Marie Despaltro. Ibrahim Omar Faris Ghanem. Robert Simeon Keys. Scott C. Kerr, Jr. Valerie Lynn Rule. Will the marshals bring the candidates from the Department of Criminal Justice? Jessica Morgan Beckett, summa cum laude. Jacob Mark Bullard. Lucas William Fuller. Matthew Hunter Hackworth, summa cum laude. Jake William Hensel, cum laude. Andrew James Hugert. Kristen Dawn Hunter. Justin Scott Kugler. Michael A. Lane, Jr., magna cum laude. Cody Odell Loftus. Andisha Martinez Montgomery. Matthew M. Montgomery. Casey Marie Mullins, cum laude. Justin David Noose. Josiah, sorry. Cum laude. Sapphire Nicole Parsons, cum laude. Austin Robert D. Sharp. Kelly Jane Trippett. Samuel P. Whitlock. Grant Isaiah Williams. Will the student marshals bring forward the candidates from the Department of Education? Rebecca Simone Bartlett. Caitlin Sue Benson, magna cum laude. Elizabeth Madison Messer, magna cum laude. Anna Marie Mick, magna cum laude. Allison A. Parsky, summa cum laude. Caitlin Michelle Rogers, magna cum laude. Brittany Vay White, magna cum laude. Will the marshals bring forward the candidates from the Department of Fine Arts? Eric Eugene Ansley, Jr. Jesse Austin Broussard, summa cum laude. Heather Michelle Chambers. Draven Martin Gibson. Garrett Elijah Hacker. Whitney A. Harmon. Joshua Cole Runyon. Brianna Nicole Bennett, magna cum laude. Travis C. Myers. Clayton Gregory Swisher, summa cum laude. Matthew Tyler Welch, cum laude. Will the marshals bring forward the candidates from the Department of Health and Physical Education? Charles Eugene Boffman. James Carter Boswell, cum laude. Taylor Ashley Broadwater, cum laude. Brianna Teresa D'Angelo. Courtney Marie Davis. Jacqueline Teresa Deary, summa cum laude. Kimberly K. Ellis. Ryan Andrew Gregory. Larry Mitchell Gwynn Jr. Austin Wesley Hill. Anthony Jesse James Howard, cum laude. Alexander Matthew Kirk. Belinda Lee Lewis, magna cum laude. Julia Elizabeth Lindberg. Cameron Ray Loftus. Brittany Lynn Mathis. Taylor Alexis Parker. Janelle Lauren Price. Cassidy Marie Taylor, cum laude. Quintavious Jarrell Twine. Will the marshals bring forward the candidates from the Department of Land Resources? Ethan Christopher Carr. James Brian Carson. Adam Wesley Irvine. John Berger Jeans. Abigail Kathleen Johnson. Cody John Mullins. Anthony James Murdoch II. Mitchell D. Queen. Hunter Shane Simmons, cum laude. Stephen T. Simmons. Trevor W. Smith. Lucas Edward Wilson. Emma Lee Yoakum. Will the marshals bring forward the candidates from the Department of Language and Literature? John Sampson Edsel. Madison Margaret Gargas. Jalen Christine Johnson, cum laude. Alec Gabriel Maynard. Kristen Brianne Murphy. Will the marshals bring forward the candidates from the Department of Science and Mathematics? Allie K. Brown, magna cum laude. Daniel Antoine Cameron. Maya Bernice Horn. Autumn Renee Jones. William Zachary Andrew Lyons, summa cum laude. Janae M. Shar. Scott Cooper Wentz. Justin Tyler Woods. Will the marshals bring forward the candidates from the Department of Social Science? Jenna M. Arden. Colden Ray Belknap. Mary Ann Alexis Landoy Escada. Wesley Andrew Self, summa cum laude. Taylor Brooke Skidmore. Amanda Danielle Thies. Sydney Marie Vance. Lexi Ann Wagner. James Donovan Williams, cum laude. Holly Leanne Wilson. Will the marshals bring forward the candidates for the degree of Regents, Bachelor of Arts, and Associate in Arts? Angelis Nicole Burgess. William Chase Robertson. Wayne Anthony Sumter, Jr.
Class of 2019, having received your diplomas, please move your tassels from the right to the left, signifying completion of your college degree. Each of you should take great pride in your success. You should leave this occasion proudly and ready, or nearly ready, to take your places in the world. At Glenville State College, you have committed your time, your energies, your passions in the successful pursuit of the knowledge and skills to be productive citizens. Your families and friends and the faculty and staff of Glenville State College salute you.
The Glenville State College Chamber Singers convey our sentiments in song.
There's a land of rolling mountains where the sky is blue above, and though I may roam, I hurry home to the friendly hills I love, where the moonlit meadows ring with the call of whippoorwills. Always you will find me in my home among the hills, and where the sun draws rainbows in the midst of waterfalls and mountain rills. My heart will be always in the West Virginia hills. Their autumn hillsides are bright with scarlet trees, and in the spring the robins sing, while apple blossoms whisper in the breeze. And there is music in the flashing streams, and joy in fields of daffodils. Laughter valleys of my home among the hills. Their autumn hillsides are bright with scarlet trees, and in the spring the robins sing, while apple blossoms whisper in the breeze. And there is music in the flashing streams, and joy in fields of daffodils. Laughter valleys of my home among the hills.
Thank you for your fine music. Please stand and join the chamber singers as they lead us in the Glenville State College alma mater printed in your program.
Touching each and every soul, Glenville College, we will love thee all through life and even death. Love and treasure, sing thy praises with the last of quickening breath. Glenville College, we will praise thee now.
You may be seated. I invite parents, families, and guests to continue this celebration here at the Waco Center following the recessional. I declare the 2019 commencement closed. Today's guests are asked to remain seated through the recessional before joining their graduates after the ceremony.